do I have a girlfriend? I would say that, Q&A. I hope you are having a fantastic day today. Dave K here today for a little bit of Q&A, answering some of your questions here today. I've collected a list of questions you've asked me here on YouTube and on Instagram, on Facebook, so that I can get some of those top questions answered for you. Really appreciate you being part of all the fun and to share what's new in the life with you. So let's work through some of those top questions here today. Let me start with one of the top questions many of you have asked. You're asking me, what's happening with the League of Heroes? Where do they go next? Are there more character introductions to come? Are you going to make long episodes or short episodes? What does all that look like? Well, I'll tell you, I do have a couple of other characters in mind for some character introductions, so hopefully I can give you a few more character intros. The videos usually seem to take me a couple of weeks right now, so maybe 2 to 3 weeks between each character. It really depends on my schedule and my availability when I actually have time to film those different characters, but overall I am planning to create a few more characters, hopefully in the next few months. And then maybe I'll be able to put them all together. I'd love to get some animation work to put them all together, although they are fun, silly characters, fun, silly stories. I think they make for light, uplifting, less than serious characters a lot of the time, so maybe we can find a funner, sillier way to put them all together, but we'll see how things shake out. I can't say for sure I know what will happen with the characters. So that's the answer to your question is, we'll have to see where the characters take us, but I'm so glad you're enjoying the characters so far, and plenty more characters to come. We might just be doing character intros for a while because, well, I like to create characters, so we'll see. Next, a very relevant question, what inspires your creativity? It's a great question, and I have to think through what inspires my creativity. Maybe it's all of the creative superhero and other films and games that I've watched and played throughout my life. I've always enjoyed that sort of sci-fi fictional content, and maybe all of that content that I've consumed led me to naturally envision more of these characters. As you think about characters and movies that are created, a lot of the time people are compiling a series of other characters or other stories they've heard in the past. So a lot of the time creativity comes from what people have experienced and maybe some new inputs or other characters that they use to merge those characters together. So maybe a lot of that creativity comes from what I've seen and played in the past. I think another thing that drives my creativity is my constant dreaming and envisioning realities and scenarios. I often have a tendency to think about the future, think about my favorite superpowers, what superpowers I would want to have, maybe dreams where I have superpowers, and so perhaps that creativity is naturally brought about by my just having those sorts of thoughts and dreams from time to time. What is your favorite thing about YouTube? There are so many things that I love about being able to create videos and share them with you here. But I think the biggest piece of it is just that, the ability to create any type of content that I want, to be able to share my own uniqueness with you and with the world to allow you to enjoy it as you see fit. The flexibility and the creativity that YouTube gives me to do silly things that might not necessarily make sense for other forms of content are really what I love most about YouTube. It gives me the freedom and the flexibility to use that creative energy we talked about earlier to be able to make fun, silly videos and share my face and other visions with you. Did I pay that bicycle ticket in Hawaii? I was asked if I paid the bicycle ticket. The answer is yes. I received a call letting me know that that bicycle ticket would need to be paid. They sent me a letter with some information regarding how I can pay for that, and it was a little bit tricky, surprisingly, because you had to use certain types of credit cards, certain bank providers, or give them your bank information there. So had to use a less than standard banking route for myself. Couldn't just use that credit card information, but had to give them banking information for them to take that money. But yeah, it all worked out. I paid the biking ticket, they sent me that in the mail, and it's taken care of. I had a couple of other questions around what platforms I use and why I haven't been posting on TikTok so much anymore. The short answer is it's tough to keep up with all the different platforms and all the different forms of content. I only have so much time that I can commit to creating content since I do work full-time and have so many other aspects of life going on, health, lots to keep up with. I haven't had the chance to keep up with those TikTok videos. It's hard for me to remember to keep up on that platform and to schedule those videos out. So maybe I'll create some more TikToks, but it's not my highest priority in terms of social media platform. YouTube is my number one, and I envision it'll be that way for a while, but who knows? maybe I can get a little bit more involved in TikTok. Also use Instagram pretty regularly, but again, it can be tough to keep up with the scheduling for any and all of these platforms. What is my greatest passion in life? I have so many passions. You want to know what my favorite, my most passionate passion is? Well, let me answer that. I would say I'm most passionate about entertaining, creating entertaining content. So traveling is fun, writing is cool, creating the blog posts on my website, which I need to get back to as well as trying different foods and reviewing those, but entertaining is really what I value most. And that's why I love creating YouTube videos. Whether I'm traveling or eating or writing, I can share all of that with you on a video platform that can be entertaining to you. So generally, I like video and video production and entertainment through video form, and so that would be my greatest passion of the passions that I have. I think that there are two main types of people that make YouTube videos. There are people who are passionate about a particular subject. For example, you may be passionate about cooking, and so all of your videos are about cooking, but maybe you'll switch over to writing blog posts about cooking. Then there's people who are passionate about video. So for example, for me, I never know exactly what I'm going to make a video on, and I like to make so many different types of content, whether it's superhero movies, music videos, travel videos, food videos, or more. But I know that I love to make videos more than I like to write blog posts or take photographs, and so that's why we're here. It's all about the video for me. Where do I see myself a year from now, both personally and with the channel? It's a great question, and I feel like I need to take some time to think this one through. A year from now, personally and on my channel, I'm thinking hopefully I'll be able to create more and more creative content, more music videos, more superhero style videos, or silly challenge videos. I think it would be fun for me to embrace the silly, less than formal, casual, light stuff. I'm sure I'll continue to do vlogs, like cruise vlogs especially, and travel vlogs, maybe some food vlogs as well, but I'd love to work more and more on being able to be more efficient and more successful at those creative, fun, silly story times or superheroes or music videos. But we'll have to see where things shake out. Personally, I'm hoping things will get a little bit more streamlined and consistent. They'll slow down and get a little bit easier on the personal lens. Like hopefully I'll have that car and I'll be able to get around easier. I'll hopefully be eating healthier and doing more exercise so I can really maximize my health, therefore giving myself more energy. I'll get up maybe earlier in the mornings so I can make more videos throughout the week. That would be a great personal / channel achievement, I think. Who are your favorite sports teams? NBA, NHL, MLB, and NFL? I feel like it's a tough question because I'm not a huge sport person. I'm going to say the Dolphins for football, Miami Dolphins, because I love their logo. I love that dolphin on there. I want to say Buccaneers are a baseball team, right? Isn't that Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Those are all surprisingly close now that I think about it. Hockey league, I'm going to go with the Capitals, Washington Capitals, because I don't really keep up with hockey, but I've seen the Capitals play, and that was a hockey game that I went to. Maybe one of the only hockey games I've been to, so got to pick them, right? And then NBA, I'm going to go Golden State Warriors. Great team. Love that team. Love Durant. I love Steph Curry. You got a lot of great people on that team there, so I'm going Golden State Warriors for basketball for now. Correction, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers appear to be a football team, so I'm going to go Tampa Bay Rays for baseball. How about that? In addition to the questions on TikTok, I'm also receiving some questions on why I haven't been as active on that second channel, the Dave K Media channel, and why I haven't been streaming quite so much. And again, it all comes down to scheduling at the end of the day. I've been so busy lately, and you'll hear a little bit more about that in my life update video. It's just been a lot going on, try to keep up with everything going on in life, so that's why I haven't been able to do quite as much in terms of those live streams, any second channel content, but hopefully I'll be back to maybe streaming and or TikTok. Firstly, we'll see what happens next, but it's just so much going on. I can't do it all, and I want to keep up with this main video schedule, so that's why this is my priority. If money were not an issue, where in the world would you travel to? Love that question. There's so many amazing places I would love to travel to. And one factor as well, of course, is the health situation once all that's ironed out too. I'd love to travel all over Europe and Asia. Some highlights would probably include maybe London and some of the UK. You've got your Ireland and your Iceland and your Scotland all up in that northeast of the United States area up there. I'd love to check out Japan all the way across the world. Maybe check out some of the other major European countries for starters, like Germany or Italy. I think those would be some awesome ones to see. And there's so much more to see in the world. I'd love to check out so many places, but we'll see what happens in our future. There's so much to see in life. I got time, I think. I hope. I've got another question here. It's, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is red. No, blue. Wah! No, it is red, most days. No, it is red. My favorite color is red, and it can vary. I have a lot of colors that I enjoy, but red has been my favorite color for quite some time now, so it's red. Favorite Disney snack and favorite movie are also listed on here. I would say my favorite movie has to be a superhero one. I'm gonna go with Iron Man right now. Love that Iron Man. It's a great one. It's one of my favorites. And my favorite Disney snack would have to be, well, it depends how we're defining snack. Are we talking about sugary or more healthy? Do drinks count, or does it have to be a food item? Because I love that Night Blossom in Animal Kingdom. That one's fantastic. Churros are always delicious, but those are both pretty sugary. That being said, those are the big ones that come to mind, and I think the sugary snacks are pretty common around Disney. It's probably a little bit harder to find more of a proteiny snack, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with Night Blossom being my favorite snack. So there's a question on here around, do I have a girlfriend? I mean, I would say that, no. The short answer to this question would be no. I would say it's not as clear and easy of a no as it once was, I feel like it might be complicated, but no. Generally, I would say no. But who knows? That might change. What is my favorite video that I've made? Favorite video that I've made. Whenever I think about this and try to think up an answer quickly, I often say it's that t-shirt challenge video. Love that one. It came out really well in production, me trying to put on 40 different shirts in one video. If you haven't seen that one, I encourage you to check it out and let me know what you think, because I feel like that is one of my favorites, and I'm going to try to do more challenges like that. But if I think about it a little bit more, I also loved those music videos. Always love making those, so I want to say for now it's one of those two. It's the t-shirt challenge and or a music video. Like the Disney World Flow was probably the classic music video that I really enjoyed. What would my dream job be? This is a great question I really enjoy, and leads me to think on that question, right, of where I would want to be a year from now, and reflect on how this ties into that goal, or that goal ties into this. My dream job would be to be in entertainment. I think I would be a major superhero actor character, like maybe an Iron Man, like a Robert Downey Jr. That being said, I think there's also value and a lot of aspects I like about being more involved in that industry too, like production and otherwise, like Jon Favreau. He does great stuff in terms of acting and playing supporting characters in some of my favorite superhero roles, like Happy Hogan was always a big one. He was in Iron Man, he's doing some Spider-Man coming up. Not to mention, he did a lot with the Disney Plus superhero stuff. So being involved in both that acting and production direction lens might be possibly my dream job. Am I staying in Florida, and will I be returning to any of the theme parks? Great questions there as well. I am planning to stay in Florida. Watch for a video coming up with my life updates. Again, you'll see me touch a little bit on the Florida question as well. Maybe doing some traveling, but planning to stay based in Florida, at least for now. Regarding visiting theme parks like SeaWorld, I would love to get back to parks like SeaWorld. I'm going to need to start to look into the logistics for that. I did hold off for quite a while with the health situation. I was really enjoying working with them and making some trips over there, but I paused and put a pause on that when the health situation began, and I haven't circled back around with them to see if we'll make something happen again. So maybe I'll reach out to them. I'd love to visit other parks as well. Gatorland was a great time. Maybe we'll do some Legoland or otherwise, but yeah, I think it'd be nice to get back to some of the parks little by little, assuming I'm feeling comfortable going and with the crowd levels. What is one food that everyone loves that you hate? Some people would say, and I'm not sure if this is truly a food that people love, but I do not enjoy. Some people might say pickles, but I'm not actually sure people actually enjoy pickles, If people enjoy pickles, like everyone likes pickles, then I guess it would be pickles. But if not, Let me see what else I got. I also don't love olives. Generally, things with that vinegar, bittery style flavor, I don't love. I don't like vinegar in general. Like salads, I'll maybe use a ranch, but often I'll just eat salads with no dressing at all. So a couple of weird isms right there for you to enjoy of food items that everyone else loves that I do not like. What is my favorite ride in each and every Disney park, not to mention my favorite overall Disney park attraction? Let's go each park. I'm doing Rise of the Resistance, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios. I'm going to take Navi River Journey at Animal Kingdom. I know a lot of people prefer the Flight of Passage, but I find it to be very cool. I love the decorations on the Navi River Journey in Pandora in Animal Kingdom. For Magic Kingdom, I think I'll take Space Mountain today. There's a lot of great attractions over in the Magic Kingdom, depending upon your style. I would say honorable mentions can go to rides like Pirates of the Caribbean or Buzz Lightyear, but lots of great ones to enjoy. Space Mountain, though, always up there. And then at Epcot, the rides are a little bit limited right now with some of the construction work that they're doing, but I would say my favorite ride in Epcot right now is probably Soarin'. Soarin's always a great one with those visual effects and the smells to go with it. I love Figment as well, but I'm going to stick with Soarin'. Of all four, my favorite attraction at all of Walt Disney World is going to be Rise of the Resistance. That's a great one. New Star Wars Rise of the Resistance attraction. And if you don't count that one because of the limited availability of it, my second favorite ride is also Hollywood Studios, and that's going to be Toy Story Mania. Boom, there you go. Favorite rides in every park and favorite ride all around. Not to mention my favorite park is indeed Hollywood Studios. Have you noticed the film and movie theme yet? Then there's a question on handling negativity. How do you handle negativity on social media platforms or otherwise? It's a great question. I would say a key to handling negativity is to remember and think of where the other person is coming from. We all have our goals and things we want in life, and a lot of the time it can be challenging to achieve those goals. We really have to put in a lot of work, and sometimes we have a hard time achieving those goals, even with all that effort we put in. So sometimes when we see people who are achieving those goals that we want to achieve, it might be hard for us to accept that and feel like maybe there's something wrong with that, or that they shouldn't have all that success that they have because they haven't put in what we feel to be enough work or otherwise. So I think understanding where people are coming from with their negativity, maybe there's almost an aspect of feeling bad for people who, instead of continuing to work towards their goals, decide it may be better for them to spend their energy putting out negative energy. So I feel fortunate to be where I am and to continue to focus on pursuing my goals, but it can be challenging if you find yourself in a position where you can't quite get to where you're trying to get to. Another piece of that is constantly focusing on what my goal is. And my goal is to be able to share content with you. Fun, silly, less than serious, entertaining, and humorous content is always my passion. And whether or not people have positive things to say, generally, every comment, every interaction with a video helps. So to remember that people saying whatever they'd like to say is beneficial is another thing that really helps me deal with negativity in social media and in life. That concludes the Q&A for today. Thank you for taking the time to share all of those questions with me, and I'm so excited to share the future adventures with you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay informed of future adventures, and focus on those positive vibes. As we think about positivity and negativity, and focus on those positive vibes. As we think about positivity and negativity, it's really an energy that you can create in your own mind. No one can tell you how you need to feel today. So if you focus on those positive vibes, if you remember the things that you're grateful for in life, you can create that positive energy for yourself and start building that series of events that occur in life that are all positive. Because when you have a positive mindset, positive things happen to you in life. It's like a chain reaction. You think one way and you keep having things happen that same way. What did you think of this video, and which of the videos coming up are you most excited for? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, play on. Don't like it? Kiss my rump. Just for a minute, let's all do the bump. La 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 la.